Now it's time to break it.
Light.
Woo! I wasn't trying to make a lot of noise for the camera. We're back together again, the four of us.
Feels like it's been forever since we've all been here.
Yeah. We are the hosts of the SplitScreeners podcast. Over there is Zach.
How you guys doing?
This is Aaron.
Yo!
That's Gavin. Hello. My name's Nick. In this episode of the Movies podcast, we saw two new movies this past weekend. Two movies that none of us had seen before.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to discuss which one we liked better. I think I know the answer for pretty much everybody in here. What else are we going to go
over? A week ago, I would have debated that answer. But surprisingly...
We're going to go over what we've been watching so far this week.
You got your random question ready?
I don't, but I can come up with it on the spot.
He's not on the spot yet.
What's your favorite dog movie?
Favorite dog movie.
Favorite?
Oh, no. Never mind.
Where the Red Friend Grows.
Homeward Bound.
I went straight sad.
I came up with this question and I don't even know.
Beethoven.
Beethoven are actually good.
Does
movies.
Up count?
No.
We're only doing live action.
The dog has to be central character.
Doug was a pretty central character.
Nah, he was third tier.
The balloons had more time.
He was a secondary character.
Hi there, I'm Doug. I love you.
I mean, Doug was the best character in the movie.
Yeah, 100%.
But it wasn't his movie.
Favorite
He
dog.
has his own
Turner and Hooch.
Ooh.
I think that's my favorite dog movie.
Turner.
At least on this list.
You said Beethoven, Gavin, or?
I mentioned it.
Oh.
I'm kind of looking at what he's looking at because
I was just trying to think of dog movies.
Wizard of Oz count?
No.
That's bullshit. Does I Am Legend count?
Nope.
Nope.
It was a main part of the movie.
Ooh, Bolt.
Oh,
a great
Bolt
dog
is
movie.
a good dog movie.
For an animated movie.
Forgot about Bolt.
I'm still good with mine.
What about Lassie?
The Art of Racing in the Rain.
Alright.
Was a great book that I read when I was younger. They just came out with a movie recently.
Oh, I forgot about
I
that.
actually enjoyed it.
Like
Is it
2 or 3 years ago.
The dog is a very central part of the movie, yeah.
Honestly, you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Frank and Weenie.
Alright, that counts.
Why are dogs so sad?
Oh, because that's just...
Because they know that dogs will pull on your heartstrings.
Oh.
No,
wait.
Snow Dogs wasn't a sad movie. It was
I
a good
know,
movie.
but like,
Does
Old
Cujo
Yeller,
count?
Marley and Me, the Art of Racing in the Rain,
A Dog's
Old
Purpose
Yeller.
and a Dog's
Old
Journey.
Yeller.
Lassie.
A
Where
Dog's
the Red Friend
Purpose.
Grows.
Cujo's not sad.
I will say Frank and Weenie is sad.
Yeah,
Frank and Weenie's saddish.
I fell asleep during that movie in theaters.
Oh, fuck. How could I forget? Actually, take that back. The first Scooby-Doo movie. The live-action one. Great movie.
Not a central character.
Yes, he is! He's the titular character.
Alright guys, what I want to know is what have you been watching this week?
Woo! Alright, I'm glad you asked.
Absolutely
That's
not.
stuff that we're going to get into later.
We can just quickly mention it.
Well, I've been watching Bel Air.
I've also been watching Bel Air. First 3 episodes came out right after we recorded
Last week.
last week. 4th episode came out on Thursday. And,
So it was 3 episodes and then the 4th episode.
Now it's one a week, yeah.
I know that you two haven't watched it yet. But
I started it.
It is so much better than I expected.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be good.
Like I didn't think I was gonna hate it as long as they kind of stuck similar, like close to the old show. Didn't get any names on like Last Airbender.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's its own thing.
Yeah.
It pays homage to the original, but not in a cash grabby, rehashy way. It's just
and
really
I kind
good.
of like the
Like
darker.
Space Jam, too.
Yeah, not like that.
I like the darker tone of it. I like
Yeah.
I like the roles that they've taken on with these characters and. Yeah,
Yeah, really
I
like
dig
it.
it. I can't wait for you guys hopefully to watch it this week. So
Well,
we can
tomorrow
talk about it
seems.
more.
It seems like the plan tomorrow is to finish Peacemaker, start Bel Air. We got 3 more episodes of Vox Machina.
What the fuck were you doing?
Playing
yesterday?
Horizon Zero Dawn and working. Or not Zero Dawn, Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I was like, since it's been a week, I finished Peacemaker. The last episode was pretty solid. Super action focused, and I will give a slight little spoiler.
I've already been spoiled.
You get the Justice League shows up.
Faceless Superman, but then you also get Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller,
And whoever plays the Flash. That said,
Ezra Miller.
There's a joke that Peacemaker makes. So anytime anyone talks to Peacemaker in the show, because I know you haven't seen it, so I'm going to leave it. Like a superhero, he says, like, I read online that blah, 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 blah. So his one for Aquaman is Aquaman fucks fish. And it's an ongoing joke for it. And that's the end. I enjoyed that joke at the end.
Yeah.
Because he tells Aquaman that he fucks fish. Because he's pissed off with them. And he's like, go, because Aquaman's wait, because he's like, going to be late, you fish fucker. And Jason Momoa goes, I really hate that rumor. And then the Flash goes, that's a rumor?
Solid.
Aquaman fucks fish.
Ha 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 ha.
See here. I finished that. I watched the new season of Disenchantment, which was it had honestly some pretty good points in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have watched that.
I've watched the first
2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
But it's been a while.
I personally in the last season, King Zog gets buried alive. And I thought it was the funniest fucking episode. It's horrifying. Yeah, like it's psychologically, but it's like most of the episode is just him going slowly insane in a box underground. And I thought it was fucking hilarious. That whole arc, and the arc kind of got finished up in this season. It started at like the third I think like halfway through the 3rd season, and like finished it up like halfway through the 4th. And I thought it was really, really funny. Let's see here. The new season's all right. I think 3rd season's probably the best season out of the bunch. I've also caught up on Vox Machina. We've finished. You haven't watched it. No one else has watched it. I know that. I know you've watched up to the 3 most recent episodes.
Yeah.
But solid. I recommend it for anybody that likes D&D. Or Critical Role, or just
violent animated shows.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty accurate to what the Critical Role is. The arc that because they just finished up the Percival's arc.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many episodes we're getting per season.
I think this is it for this season.
Lame.
I know they definitely made enough to make multiple seasons, and I think they got greenlit already for more.
Yeah. Amazon's fronting the cost for a lot of that.
So we'll find out soon. Hopefully a lot sooner than later.
Yeah. I've been watching all the new South Park episodes. Keeping up on that. The first episode still was probably one of the better ones. The 3rd episode just came out yesterday. It is...
Yeah.
The season's not honestly that bad compared to some of the previous seasons and how bad they are. But it's still pretty early to say definitively if it's better or not than like the past 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. So far, I'd say yes, but they're also doing a lot of this week's episode was a Cartman focused episode. We didn't see any other boys really from that. And then they're just all getting new houses and shit. So they're moving around. Cartman now lives in a hot dog with his mom because they can't afford the rent in town. So now they live in a shitty hot dog. That's the whole episode, by the way. That's how it ends.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez, just throws right there on the street for us.
Trying to think what else I watched. I was like, mostly what we're going to talk about later is the movie Booky Bookies. And I did watch The Gentleman, which I know you guys had a discussion on last week.
I think that's a great way to move into our next part. We'll kind of finish up the discussion of what we had last week of The Gentleman, because basically me and Nick had just finished it. You were absent, and you had watched the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20, 25 minutes.
So, Aaron, what did you think of the movie?
Well, went home, finished it. It's really good. I didn't really know what I was going into. Other than the spoilers, I kind of picked up on from you guys that
Trying to be a little bit vague about it.
yeah, which was vague enough, but it was still a really enjoyable experience. Liked the guessing. Kind of not sure if I was pretty sure his character was alive from what I'd seen, and then hearing you guys talk, I pretty much knew. But all the actors were phenomenal. Good characterizations. Really liked everybody's performance. Just a really good, fun movie.
When I was watching it again today, well, bits and pieces of it today, because I've already seen the movie before. I just watched it in a weird I watched the back half of it, and then I watched the front half of it. And
you Tarantino'd it.
yeah, I have most of it. Which honestly, with how like the framing devices for a lot of that, the movie still worked pretty well.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the actions were good. I honestly, for me, I was like, and people probably disagree with me. It kind of has like a weird, like kind of like Pulp Fiction-ish vibe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Specifically when they go in to get, what the fuck is her name? When they have the Russian guy fall off. Like that had a kind of like had a vibe of both the opening scene of Pulp Fiction and then the fuck up kill, and I just like that was honestly that's like one of my favorite parts of the movie. The whole movie's really good, but I just like how it's just framed.
Yeah. It's
intimidating without being, it's not anything like that, and then them just trying to clean up the giant fucking mess that was what happened.
It's like partially framed as a movie script being read by one of the characters in the beginning, and just them trying to clean up the whole thing and figure out
a clever way to frame it
by pieces.
And I like how they set up a potential sequel, which I would be into.
Yeah, I think we saw somewhere last episode that they were thinking about doing a television series or like a streaming series.
Yeah, something based on it. So
I'd be down for that.
Yeah,
as long as everyone returned for their respective roles, and
that's the problem with the TV series; they often recast.
Yeah,
because movie actors cost a lot of money to show up in a TV show.
Well, with these days, with most stuff going to streaming, I think it's a little easier. See a lot more.
It's more crossover now.
Big budget actors doing like limited series and stuff.
I agree, but I'm still imagining it's still a fucking hefty bill. Like, because like TV actors don't get paid as much as movie actors.
Yeah.
Generally, there are always exceptions, but especially some of the big ones. But the movie in general, I just liked it.
Fun, violent, surprising.
Red Mountain. Like I said, the characters really sold it.
Every character.
I loved all the characters.
There's not one actor or actress that kind of brings the movie down at all. It just
even kind of like some of like the one-offs and stuff.
Colin Farrell's character is awesome. The whole.
I loved him. The coach.
Coach.
Yeah. Slapping those kids around for his first scene with when you guys were talking about, I'm like, what the fuck say? Slap some kids. And then I see the scene. I'm like, okay, now I know where you're coming from. This dude's a badass.
Yeah, all the characters they're memorable. I liked it because sometimes with movies,
and I didn't think McConaughey could be that
intimidating.
That presence he had. I was like
I knew he was suave, but like the mixture of intimidation.
Yeah, you go through, wanting to cower or kiss him. You just don't know which.
Hold my hand to
Don't hit me. Yeah, he was really awesome.
That last line, like one of the last scenes where he's like revealing that to the guy who like tried to double crossing him. In the fish freezer.
Yeah.
When he's talking about how like the money wasn't personal, but then he goes to his wife. I'm like,
my wife.
ooh. Every time I see that scene, I get the shivers.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that ended perfectly. Where
Fucking awesome.
you finally gets that prick. Pound of flesh and 260 million.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just...
It was an intense movie. I loved it.
I always like I always like the newer, like the more unique movies that come out. This is definitely a more unique movie. Just kind of like how Knives Out.
It's definitely a big turnaround from his turn at Aladdin.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's the same actor?
Or
not actor, director?
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie. He did Snatch. He's done a couple other movies similar vein to the mob style.
I think the one that came out after this one was Wrath of Man with Jason Statham. Didn't get a chance to see that one, but
me neither.
after seeing this movie, I really wanted to see that.
I like well-made crime in mafia movies, as long as they're not like it's violent, it's a little over the top, but it's still like fairly realistic for the most. Well, more realistic than some mafia movies and mob movies tend to go towards.
It was over the top in just the right ways.
Yeah. And like it was still believable. It wasn't like you were like, oh, that wouldn't fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
You could actually see these characters.
Yeah. So favorite characters in the movie?
Coach is my favorite character in the movie.
I agree with you, Nick.
I really liked Coach, and I really like McConaughey's right hand guy.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah. Ray. Thank you. I was like, what?
I had to get the cast list and the names because I'll forget them quite.
Again, I really liked all the cast, but it'd probably be between those two for different reasons. But Coach, just his introduction alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a badass throughout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then all his little followers.
Yeah, his gym.
It's fun. What?
For me,
Who was your favorite?
Coach.
Yeah. For me, I would probably have to say Fletcher. And Fletcher or Ray. Like I've never seen
such a unique role for him.
I've never seen Hugh Grant in a role like that. It's always like romantic comedies.
But he nailed it.
Yeah. Disgusting, but like interesting at the same time. Like.
And that sexual tension you guys were talking about.
Go play a game with me, Ray.
That's the kind of shit
I have to play a fucking game.
I think we're missing a lot in Hollywood. Like, obviously, especially the four of us, we like a lot of movies that come out.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a lot of complaints, but there isn't a whole lot of originality, and this was something so completely different.
Like kind of like Knives Out. Like Knives Out. I'm not saying it's like super original, but like for like right now, the biggest thing in cinema it seems to be
whodunit.
Well, now anyways, but also like it's action movies, superhero movies, action movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Is most and musicals. Those are like musicals will always be big. But those are like what's there, and this one is an action movie, but it's not just. I mean,
it's an original idea.
It's more of an original idea. It flows better. I felt like it wasn't talking like down to the audience at all. Like,
yeah, and I love the way that Hugh Grant's basically telling this story.
Yeah,
I just thought that was a cool way to approach it.
I just love that whole like in the beginning where he's trying to set up. He's like, let's go back. Frame this as a movie, not the new digital age stuff, but back in the old days, 35 millimeter plastic film. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, the scene with Ray and Fletcher when they're standing in the hallway after he goes to the bathroom with the corpse.
Oh yeah.
Is there a problem? I don't know. Is there a problem?
Oh, I didn't see anything.
Just the delivery of all that, like there was a nice underlying tension for that interaction.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of like really quick, witty humor that's perfectly timed and punctuated by perfectly balanced violence.
Yeah, and a great cast.
Yes,
all-star cast.
All right, well, it's nice that we all love this movie. We'll get ready. We'll go over to the this week's movie Booky Booky at the end of this episode. Kind of get back into the tradition. But first, let's just go over a little bit of news. There wasn't a whole lot this week. Because a lot of it came out last week news-wise for trailers and announcements via the Super Bowl and stuff like that. So, be pretty quick. What I've basically found in the little bit of time I had between working and sleeping was that Paramount had an Investors Day meeting, kind of in the vein of Disney, where they did a bunch of announcements for their major investors, kind of get them excited to spend more money on their company and stuff. One of the big ones, at least in my opinion, was they announced that J.J. Abrams' line of Star Trek movies is getting a 4th installment finally. After the last couple of years, we heard that number 4 was dead in the water. None of the cast wanted to return. Apparently something turned around, whether or not they shoveled out more money or they had a better script. But they are doing Star Trek 4 now in the Kelvin timeline, which is a different timeline, started with J.J. Abrams' movie.
So is the cast is returning?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
As far as everyone's been saying, the whole cast is coming back. That's Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Carl Urban. Let's see here, Simon Pegg as Scotty. This movie is going to be directed by Matt Shakman, who directed WandaVision. That's basically what we got so far. The filming should be starting later this year. It'll probably come out next year or early 2024. They're also off the back of announcing Transformers Rise of the Beast late last year. They are also going to do 2 more movies on that trilogy for like the Beast Wars, basically, and 2 animated series, 1 animated series on Nickelodeon, along with the animated movie. I'm not too interested in those 2. Sonic 2 is coming out pretty soon, April 8th. But they've already greenlit Sonic 3, and Knuckles is getting his own series on Paramount Plus. He's being voiced by Idris Elba, who was actually in the movie we just watched. Poor man. Quiet Place. So number 2 apparently did well enough where they've greenlit part 3. This is also getting a spin-off show, from what I understand. Paramount Plus as well. Halo, which is premiering March 24th. Season 2's already been greenlit. So that's a little bit more promising. We also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Seth Rogen is doing his own movie reboot for this series. Yeah. I'm
excited to see that.
Yeah, that's aiming for 2023 as well. More stuff for SpongeBob, including character-themed or character-centered spin-off movies. That'll be starting... Oh, it doesn't give me a date on that one. And then, there's a bunch of other smaller, like, kids shows getting either rebooted or continued on Paramount Plus. Where was the one I wanted to mention? Blue's Big City Adventures. So we had the Spider-Man No Way Home, different generations of Spider-Man coming together. Well, I think Paramount Plus saw that and was like, no, let's bring all 3 generations of Blue's Clues hosts together in a big movie adventure. Apparently that's what they're doing. Josh, Blue, Steve, and Joe coming back to audition for a Broadway musical. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's so long since I've watched Blue's Clues, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know who this movie is for.
The new guy, kids.
Kids don't know what Blue's Clues is now.
It's for our generation.
Are we gonna go see this in theaters?
Yeah, 100%. If Steve's in it, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm
100% down to go watch.
After last year and him coming back, I don't know if it was for like a special episode or he just like came back and touring or whatever. I think he was on a late night show. I don't know if it was Stephen Colbert or somebody else, but he like seemed like the nicest guy. Wanted to give everyone a hug, and it was just like a hug of nostalgia for our generation, and everyone was talking about it for like probably like a month.
Yeah.
We're also getting more Beavis and the Butthead. And I've talked about this in past episodes. I think it's June or July we're getting the movie, and following that, we'll get another season of the show.
Yeah.
The movie's taking place in their, I think, 30s or 40s, so we'll get new versions of the characters, see how they've progressed in their ways, and whether or not they've matured, which obviously they've probably not matured at all. And then, yeah, there's some reality TV shows and other stuff that they've announced. It's pretty much it that I've seen this week. Anything you want to pick and discuss, or you guys got news you want to add in?
I didn't have any news.
Yeah, I don't have any news that you haven't already hit.
Yeah.
I did kind of a lean week.
Yeah.
If we've missed anything, feel free to tell us in comments and we can talk about it. We'll bring it up
Or
in the
tell you
next
to shut the
episode,
fuck up.
or talk to you in the comments about it. So, whose movie Booky Booky was this week?
Was mine.
Nick, why don't you start off?
Remind us what we just watched.
So the movie that I picked for this week was the live-action Cats movie that was released in 2019. I picked this for multiple reasons. One, I knew that none of us had really seen it all the way through. I also knew that from the reviews and from what I've heard of it, it was horrible and one of the worst movies of 2019, which I'm always a fan of. I like a good bad movie. And part of it was just to torture my fiance and Zach's wife specifically because they love the original. So yeah, we got together tonight before we started recording. We watched through this, and Zach, do you want to start us off with your thoughts?
What did you love most about it?
There is, I'm going to say, two very small positives. I didn't mind the Railroad Cat song. I thought for once in this movie, everyone seemed to be in tune who was singing. It wasn't obnoxious.
You mean Squibbleshanks?
You mean Tiger Roar?
The
No,
rail yard.
Yes,
the-
Skittle tabs.
The tap dancing
Skibbleshanks.
Skibble.
mutant kitty thing.
That's right.
The tap dancing mutant kitty thing. And then
Mario.
there's one cat that had a mohawk that I thought was kind of cool.
Rum tum tug.
Other than that, I hate this
Correct.
film. I will never watch it again. It was pure nightmare fuel. Just the CGI was horrible.
Well, I hate to tell you, but
I mean,
next week's Booky Booky
Cats.
is an encore presentation of Cats.
Oh, great.
We'll go from one.
don't watch it.
What would you rate it?
0.
Gavin, you're up.
Actually, if it's 1 out of 10 or 1 through 10, it's gonna be a 1.
I'd give it a 3 out of 10.
Okay, what'd you think about it?
Alright, so here's the thing. This is my third time watching it. Now,
It's that good.
Now, the first time I saw it was in theaters. I walked out about a little bit before the Railroad Cat song.
So, like an hour.
Yeah.
Rum tum tug is a curious cat.
Because I watched this on my own, and on my own, it is it's
Fantastic.
It's boring. So I tried to watch it. I tried to watch it again. This time I tried watching it while I was playing a video game, and it wasn't even like that extensive of a video game. And I tried to watch it.
It's because you weren't giving it the focus.
No, wait. Let me finish the story. I stopped playing my video game to put more focus onto it.
Okay.
Because I was so fucking confused. Because again, third time watching it, I remember nothing of this movie already. Besides the fact that they fucking sing poorly and that Sir Ian McKellen is a badass.
That poor actor.
Honestly,
The
it's...
atrocities this film has committed upon these people.
Honestly, the only reason I enjoyed it this time around, and I did enjoy it this time around, kind of, I thought it was still boring, was because I was watching with you guys. and being able to laugh with other people at the absurdity of it made me feel better. I don't
feel that.
I am aware of the original Cats Broadway. I haven't seen it. Would I watch this again? I'd say no. That said, I also know that sometimes I just watch random fucking movies. So maybe. Just not by myself. I will never watch this movie by myself.
Zach, I just want to do an experiment here.
Alright.
Just say Cats was one of the best movies I've watched this year out loud. And see how you feel after saying that.
So, I'm gonna look at the movies I've watched this year real
No,
quick.
you say it before looking at the movies.
Cats.
Put some conviction into it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Just pretend. Pretend.
Was one of the... Oh, God. This physically hurts. Movies I've seen this year.
Cats was one of the what?
Best...
Movies?
No. No.
Of
the
the year. Okay.
No.
And what'd you think?
Well,
You can do your fun answer, then I want the honest answer afterwards.
I will say I went into this thinking this was the dumbest choice ever.
Yeah.
This looked like such a piece of shit, and I'd heard it was such a piece of shit, and was never really interested in the stage play either, because that looked horrifying.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, thank you for having the courage to recommend something
You're welcome.
kind of out of left field like this, and I found it thoroughly enjoyable. I laughed a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the laughs were
felt
plenty.
things.
My laughs were more of the ridiculousness that was on the screen, and you guys making the jokes that you were making.
Rum tum tum.
Judi Dench looks like a cowardly lion.
She does.
The poor
And she
lady.
pulls it off. And can I say all-star cast?
Oh yeah.
Sir Ian McKellen,
Dame Judi Dench,
T. Swift.
Taylor Swift, Jason Derulo,
Yeah. Idris.
Idris Elba.
Oh, man.
You know what also had a stellar cast that I'd rather watch over this? 100%. Movie 47.
You're a liar.
I would rather watch
You are
that.
a liar.
Now you're just being a hater, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm,
Because that's the worst movie I think I've ever
I'm
watched.
fine with your guys' opinion. If you guys generally liked it and enjoyed
And you know,
it,
the songs were
that's
catchy.
fine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It-
I've been singing Rum Tum Tuggers and Curious Cat for the last hour and a half.
And angelical
Yeah.
cats, and it took me a while to figure out what the hell was going on with the plot.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
So I think I will need to watch this again just to figure that part out.
Yeah, 100%.
But I
will-
really enjoyed watching this. So thank you.
Aaron,
Nick.
I will say, because the plot is a fucking mess, I don't know what it is.
I mean, I get it.
Like, yeah,
The
like,
cats are
I-
competing for a
I
chance
get
to
it,
go to
yeah.
the heavenly plane.
yes, but like,
I
the
have
progression
questions
to that
about that,
point
though.
is just nonsense. Like, they just...
It's okay.
Rebel
Doesn't need
Wilson's
to make
in this
sense.
movie.
It was fun.
Look, I also went into this with no expectations. I've never seen the stage play.
Yeah.
Not something that ever interested me. But like I said, I like things that are bad. And this was bad in all the right ways.
Yeah.
This was hilariously done.
Yeah.
Whether it was
I cracked up so many
oh
times.
man, whether it was the way that the cats
Moved.
looked or moved or the
hiss.
sounds
Oh.
that they made or the idea of two humans rubbing their face together while in like bodysuits before they get CGI'd into
More
cats.
suits or something.
Yeah.
See, that kind of part of that aspect of watching it was enjoyable. Like making fun of the movie.
Well, you didn't act like it.
Also, can I just say, the visuals of this movie are stunning. Do the cats not look great? Yeah, I can admit that. There are
The
flaws.
background looks terrible too.
No.
You remember the scene where they were dancing on the fucking staircases?
Those stairs look so real.
The final scene in that movie when they're dancing in front of the tiger is beautiful.
That was a lion.
and a poetic.
It was majestic.
Majestic.
That wasn't a tiger?
Fine, the lion. I'd give a damn. All the cats in, like the statues of cats inside the building where they were singing, beautiful. Is it the greatest thing that we've recommended for Movie Movie Booky Booky? No.
Was it the most fun?
Was it the most fun? Yeah, actually, probably. This was probably the most fun I've had watching a movie. It was
fantastic.
It is something that I probably will watch again. So on my 0-1-2 scale, I will give it a 1.4 because I'll watch it again. Especially if I'm a little hopped up on vitamins, if you know what I'm saying.
That would be an interesting combination.
No, I think that definitely some of the enjoyment came from having everybody around.
Yeah,
between Aaron and I cracking each other up and Gavin cracking us up, and then looking over and seeing Zach and Stephanie and Tori just mad as hell over
100%.
I was smiling and laughing at parts of the.
I don't know. Every time I looked over,
I was also between the two that were so mad, and I was just
I had a lot of fun just making fun of it.
Yeah.
Like
it was a bad movie in all the right ways.
Yeah, I was like, but if we all had to sit in complete silence and watch it, I don't think it would.
I was trying to sit in complete silence.
Yeah,
For
I
the
was
first
trying
about 20 minutes. I wasn't talking.
Yep, I was just sitting there nodding my head to the songs.
Rum tum tugger is a curious cat. That's gonna be stuck in my head for days, bro.
I can do everything I can to not get that stuck in my head. What was I gonna say? I have never seen the stage play, recorded or live, but I have heard the whole soundtrack because my wife is a huge fan of the original play. And when we go on road trips, it's usually, when she's in control of the radio, it's Hamilton, Cats, Bewitched, or is that what it's called? No.
Wicked.
Wicked, there we go. Or some other musical that she really likes if we get bored of music. I have no urge to watch the staged version anytime soon now.
And they put on the stage version after the movie when you walked away, and I gotta tell you, it looked a lot worse.
It was bad.
It scared me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be able to do that kind of CGI right on stage.
No, but I'll take the goofy CGI because it makes me chuckle.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, I laughed at it. I was having fun when I was watching with you guys. Again, this is the first time I've watched it all the way through. The first two times I watched it, I had to stop because it just...
I honestly think that I could sit down and watch this movie and take it seriously the whole time and make it all the way through.
I could have, especially had I watched it alone.
Yeah.
But in a group setting, it was more fun.
I can't. I was like, I 110% can't. Good on you guys for being able to, I guess, but I couldn't. There's no way. I only enjoyed it because I got to enjoy it with my buddies.
Oh. So, you've been looking up trivia and stuff for the movies. Did you not do it for the fun?
I didn't really see anything. I typed in cats Easter eggs and nothing came up.
Fun fact, they spent millions of dollars to remove all the cat anuses since they were in the original cut of the film. I don't know why they would film it with that and then spend all that money to take them out.
Because it takes away from the beauty of the movie.
You think they'd have the foresight to just design them without it, though?
I just went on IMDb and they have a trivia section on each film's page. Here are a few random ones. This was originally intended to be a traditionally animated movie before Tom Hopper, who was the director of this film, came on board to direct. 1 week after its release, it was revealed that by the Daily Mail that the director edited and recut the film after it was panned by many critics. Dame Judi Dench was cast in the original 1981 London stage production in dual roles as Jenny Annie Dots and Grisilla. I don't even remember who those two characters were.
I don't think they were in this one.
However, shortly before the opening of the original production, she suffered an Achilles tendon injury that forced her to withdraw from the show, and also led to her missing out on the role of Madame. Another role in a English show. This movie has also been entered in the 100 worst movies of all time on IMDb. They're usually based on user reviews and how our users are.
You do realize your wife went and made 1,000 accounts to blast this
I thought
movie.
it was Russia on this one too. See here. The stage version is the 4th longest running show in Broadway history and the 6th longest running in London's West End. See here. The cast includes 2 Oscar-winning winners, Jennifer Hudson and Dame Judi Dench, and 1 Oscar nominee, Sir Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
Who, I might add, was one of the highlights of the movie. His character was beautifully done. His song, one of my favorites, too.
And he looked the least out of place with the cat face.
This is Tom Hopper's 2nd musical movie after Les Miserables.
Is it Hopper or Hooper?
Hopper.
I think it's Hopper. No, it's Hooper.
Okay, I thought it was Hooper.
Tom Hopper is an actor. So.
Both Rebel Wilson and Idris Elba are allergic to cats in real life.
Wow, fun fact.
See here, I just saw Dan Craig's name. Okay. This is the 2nd film in which Dame Judi Dench has played a character which was traditionally male. The first time was when she took the role as M in Pierce Brosnan in Dan Craig's James Bond movies. Let's see here. Let's do one more.
Here's another fun fact, right? Tom Hooper, the director, possibly a racist?
Why is that? Allegedly, why is that?
3 African American actors in this movie. One of them played the bad guy, and one of them played the street cat. And then one was Jason Derulo, who's just lovely. Rum Tum Tugger, if I do say so.
Rum Tum Tugger was a curious cat.
Tom Hooper has done 3 movies. All 3 of them, I think, very good. I think Cats is definitely the best, though. This, The King's Speech, and Les Mis.
Oh, yeah.
This is better than Les Mis or The King's Speech, for sure.
By a good margin. Yeah. Those were good movies.
Alright, so Battlefield Earth from 2000. Screenwriter J.D. Sharpio said that this film usurped his...
Sure it's not Shapiro?
Shapiro, it might be Shapiro. Said that this film usurped his as the worst of all time.
Oh, that's not true. Battlefield Earth is terrible.
It is a terrible film, but I'd probably watch that one again.
Well, maybe we will.
I wouldn't hate that. Maybe I'll suggest that.
You'll have to suggest.
I mean, I already have a list of movies I want to suggest. But yeah.
I'm just waiting for my turn again.
Just to do Cats again?
Yeah.
That'll be 3 times in a row.
It's gonna be a weekly, or it's gonna be a monthly thing every time it comes to my turn.
Well, that's if you're
I love you guys.
the only one suggesting it.
So we are going in order. We went random our first time around, and whoever was before got to pick the next person. I picked Aaron, so just going back to Aaron's turn.
Back to me. And
overall, Cats was great. You should watch it.
Don't do it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Make your own opinion, but don't do it.
Make your own opinion and see this film. You won't regret it.
Rum Tum Tugger was a curious cat. Alright, last time. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I had a lot of movies in mind, but after tonight, I might start a new tradition.
Pick Cats.
And pick Cats.
Alright.
And this is the last episode I will star in.
Alright, and then you know what? We'll have double encores. Cats again!
And 3 weeks around.
And then
Zach will pick something weird.
by then he's probably gonna like it.
I'm just gonna pick dogs.
Then it's gonna just be cats all the time.
Cats
And then we will start live streaming ourselves watching Cats for the 10th, 11th, 12th.
And then in a year,
the great thing will
You
be
guys
like,
will be able to watch a time lapse of me getting more alcoholic.
Yeah.
look,
The greatest
in
part
a
is
year
if
we
we
just
kept doing it.
have our side by sides. First live stream of Cats, most recent live.
by like the 7th or 8th time, we'd all be like singing along and dancing.
We
all
know
the
every
time.
song. That's true. That would be good to
We finished the movie. I went upstairs and took a shot by myself because I was like, I just need to forget a little bit of this.
That's
Yeah,
just
me
sticking
too.
in your head. The only thing that sticks in my head is Jellicle Cats. It's literally, I'm losing
Cat.
details as I'm sitting here talking about the movie.
You guys are wild, bro. I have seen so much worse.
I never said I haven't seen worse. I just said that I'm forgetting it.
Alright.
I'm trying to forget.
Any other news?
No, that was it.
I think we're
Alright.
So far for Movie Movie
Cats.
Booky Booky, did you really pick cats again?
Were you not listening?
I'm actually asking you.
I'm a little pissed off, actually.
Legitimately.
Okay. No, I am not picking cats. I just
Alright.
wanted to.
While I
Scare
have
you
our
a
list
little.
open, I wanted to add the next movie to the list because I'm trying to keep track of what we've watched.
Because I can do a ranking at the end
Once
of
we
it.
hit 10, we'll rank them.
Cats,
I was just thinking at
cats.
the end of the year.
Or at the end of the year if we want a really long list.
Well,
Top
just the
20.
top 10.
Top 15.
Or, yeah, we
20.
pick our top 10 out of all of them. That works.
Yeah.
It's only 50.
Alright,
movies.
well, I have a bunch of movies on my list, which is ever changing, but I'm going to go with one that I've been wanting to rewatch. I haven't seen it in
At least a
many
month.
years now.
At least a month.
Many movies.
Many moons ago.
At least one night.
It's been at least a week. No, I'm going to go with this week, Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
That's got Woody Harrelson in it.
Yep.
It's got Woody Harrelson, it's got Robert Downey Jr. Have you seen it,
Have
Zach?
you seen it?
No, this is going to be a new one. for
Have
me.
you seen it? Oh, good.
Nice pick then.
Directed by
I
Oliver
haven't seen
Stone,
it.
came out in 1994.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in probably.
It's been at
12
least
years.
10 years for me.
Yeah.
I was probably in high school.
I'm excited for this one.
But it was a really good movie. Really liked it. So, I'm not gonna go into it and spoil anything. We'll watch that next week.
Hell yeah. Good pick.
But it was an old favorite of mine. So we'll see. So Natural Born Killers,
Natural Born Killers.
and we'll watch that on Sunday.
Hell yeah. We were kind of talking about worst movies of all time, and I'm just curious, before we close out this episode, what movie, one or two movies, do you consider the worst movies you've ever seen?
Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
Just off the top of my head, I could do a deeper dive.
I think
The
The
Last Jedi. I'm joking.
the hard part for me is
Because
most.
sorry.
I was just gonna say most movies that I watch, I can appreciate it for what it is, which is something that people worked really hard on.
Yeah. That's something I kind of mentioned during the Cats is like, can you imagine like how into this and like excited they were
Yeah.
to be in this?
That's why it's hard for me to hate on a lot of movies. There are very few movies that I just like. What ends up happening is the movies that I end up typically hating are things that I loved as a
Yeah.
different version, whether that was a video game or a book that was adapted into a movie, or a cartoon. In the case of Last Airbender,
Crap.
Which brings me.
I think
I
my
don't know what mine
I
is.
think my least favorite movie of all time is Series of Unfortunate Events, just because I loved that book series so much as a child.
And I think also a big part of the hate for like Avatar and for Series of Unfortunate Events there is it like people put work into it, yeah, but lazy, like
Yeah.
a lazy, like they half-assed it.
Yeah.
They didn't put in the work to actually make, like they put in just enough work to put out the movie, not enough work to actually make
For it
it.
to look like it should, but not.
Yeah, because like
be what it's
Avatar,
supposed
the
to be.
Last Airbender, they got the main character's name wrong. That's fucking laziness. Not one person in the entire production.
Multiple ways.
Yeah,
Multiple ways.
Not just
No,
one mistake.
And that's
They
fucked
messed it
up.
up in 3 different ways.
Like, can you imagine going and watching Iron Man, but they fucking call Iron
Man.
my name's Iron Man. Oh man, it's Iron Man.
Oh, it's the Iron Man.
It's the Iron Man. Like that would piss
Yeah.
off anybody. Like it's just it's an amount of laziness that gets put into it. Because Series of Unfortunate Events is the same thing. It's an amount of laziness that they didn't even fucking try.
Yeah.
Like Aragon, that's my worst movie because they didn't even fucking try. For if you're taking the namesake of a book series and like that, you need to at least fucking try.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good to get some of this out.
I was like, because like Cats, I enjoyed. That's why it's not the worst movie I've ever seen or anything like that.
Yeah, because the viewing
like they
experience
try
itself with you guys is the enjoyable part.
Yeah, you can tell that some of those actors busted their asses for those parts.
But that's not even it, because like I don't like Batman vs Superman as a movie. I wouldn't put it as the worst movie of all time because I'm not going off of anything for that movie. There's no source material
like
that I'm connected
a movie
to.
you've seen that you're actively going to try not to watch ever again.
Yeah. So. Yeah, see, and I think most of those go back to things in my childhood. Series of Unfortunate Events, Where the Wild Things Are, Avatar,
which gives me
Aragon.
mine. Those are all high on the list except for series because that wasn't part of my childhood.
I know where you're going.
But Dragon Ball Evolution was so bad, and
I was like, I remember seeing.
I love Dragon Ball so much, and they just trashed and shit.
I remember seeing Series of Unfortunate Events with you, Nick, because we went together, and we also went to Aragon together. I was like, I feel the pain.
Watching Cats kind of like sparked me into making this list on Letterboxd, and I put on there
on Letterboxd.
Yeah, Letterboxd.
Well, we're not saying the same thing. Letterboxd. Here's what's Cats.
All right, moving on from that.
Cat-astrophe.
Oh, come on, meow.
Okay. So yeah, I included movies like Lemon and Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events, Wonder Woman 1984, which was atrocious, Dragon Ball Evolution, Aragon, Last Airbender, Super Mario Brothers, Splice. What? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is just my own opinion. And if you guys decide to do that
you're entitled to be wrong. That's
my entitlement to be wrong. And I put like Splice on there. That's probably my number one least favorite movie of all time. Splice. It's just weird and awful. But yeah, I totally forgot that we also watched Uncharted this week.
Yeah, we did not talk about that.
We didn't talk about it all. Yeah. So not closing the episode just yet. Still one of the shortest movie episodes so far, but...
Do we want our 10 on this rather than solo?
I think we could just do it solo. Yeah. Because then we could talk about this quickly, and then I had something we could add to the list episode as well.
I'll just start this out, because I think all of our opinions are going to be close, but I think my opinion is probably the worst on this movie. I went into this hoping to have no expectations, because that's what I try to do, especially for movies, but there's such an emotional connection for Uncharted, because it is probably my favorite video game series of all time, and I just did not enjoy it. This is not a movie I will ever watch again. It's weird, too, because I actually like the cast a lot. I typically like Tom Holland.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, the thing I see him in most is Spider-Man. But I love Mark Wahlberg, and I just don't think that they were right for the roles. I didn't feel like either of them were how I wanted them to be for those characters and what I grew up with playing the video games. And there were cool moments. I think the action scenes were okay. I think some of it was over the top. It reminded me very Fast and the Furious type stuff.
Yeah. I definitely get those vibes.
And I just don't like that they kind of went out of order. It was kind of all over the place. Like, I don't know why they couldn't have just kind of followed the story of the game instead of having to break off and go in different areas. But, for the movie, I think this had to have been in my top 3 most anticipated movies of 2021 or 2022. And I hated this movie.
I gotta go back and rewatch that episode so I can write down what we all picked. So it's kind of see where everything moved around and shifted at the end of the year.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, Gavin was able to go. So
I didn't. I will be honest though, I wasn't as excited for it as you were. I love the Uncharted games. I just don't trust video game movies.
Well, I don't either, but.
I get like the actors and everything else, but like, I love Tom Holland, but I never was like, wow, what a great pick. I was like, that's a weird fucking pick.
Yeah. When they picked him, I thought it was great. I was super pumped for him to play Nathan Drake, but
I did not. See, I disagree. Like, give me like a Nathan.
So for me, I've only played Uncharted 3 and 4, so I didn't get a lot of like the stuff that was set up in the first two games.
This basically takes place before the first game.
Yeah,
But it steals certain things from
that's
all
what I was noticing, because like I've watched Steph play some of the games here and there, bits and pieces, and when they first announced this movie, they were telling everyone that Tom Holland's playing a younger version of Nathan Drake before the events in the video games.
Yeah.
But watching the movie, they picked and choose like set pieces from different games, kind of threw it into this prequel movie, and just went ham with it. Like you were saying, it felt like Fast and Furious at points. I thought that Tom Holland, while physically was great for the role, I didn't think his acting style that he chose, the method he chose to go with, was right for the film.
And I'm not blaming Tom Holland.
No.
I think it definitely could have just been the direction that the director.
Either that. I mean, there was an interview where Tom Holland admitted that he regretted the direction he took for the role.
Yeah, I read that.
Mark Wahlberg, I don't know if I bought being Sully as much. Like, I feel like Sully was more of a suave, old school guy. Wasn't always throwing around jokes, at least from what I could remember. More of like a sitter with a glass of scotch and a cigar and tell you the good old days type of character.
Honestly, like I was thinking, because he's dead, so it doesn't count. But like a Burt Reynolds type.
Yeah.
For Sully.
Tom Selleck was who somebody brought up.
Yeah.
In the movie.
That would have been a lot fucking better.
Middle-aged Tom Selleck.
Yeah. I was like, look, there's nothing wrong with Mark Wahlberg, but he's definitely not Sully. I never would have been able to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna share Nick's opinion on it because I do really enjoy the Uncharted games and I've played through all of them. I played through most of them with him.
Yeah, they're great games.
I am proud. This is the successful thing for this movie though. It's made me want to play two games or two franchises. First with the new Sony PlayStation Studios. Little intro they have going on in the beginning of this movie, kind of Marvel style. It reminded me that Horizon was on my hard drive at home, and I went straight home and played that. Secondly, I want to go play all the Uncharted games.
Yeah, I want to play through them again.
I do too. I bought the pack, the remastered, just so I could do that after watching this.
And what'd you think?
A lot of what you guys have said and echoed. And then the most unrealistic part for this movie, you've played the games, so he goes and unlocks this tomb that hasn't been opened for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
What was missing?
The torture room.
800 bad guys already there.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Where was that at?
Opens this door for the first time, and there's an army behind it somehow.
This is also...
See, I was kind of following this film, like, enjoying it for the most part, until, like, Antonio Banderas...
Antonio Banderas.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm
I'm
gonna wait for this bitch to come out on
right,
DVD.
So until... Like, Antonio Banderas plays the main villain in this movie, and I thought it was a great choice for villain. I like him as an actor.
Yeah, I actually liked him in this role.
Yeah.
He was one of my highlights of this movie.
They kill him off.
Yeah.
In kind of a bitch way.
Yeah, he went out like a bitch, very anticlimactic.
Slit his throat.
Yeah.
But it's like, there was no mess.
Yeah, it was too PG.
Oh yeah, PG-13.
I know, but you either hide that off camera, like they slit his throat, like they showed.
Yeah, they like completely panned over his neck being cut, and it's just like one drop of blood.
It's like a black line.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't even push very deep.
Somebody just came with a marker, a red marker.
Well,
yeah, that whole end scene of this movie where they're flying with the boats was just one of the most ridiculous. And all I kept picturing was Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Flying one of those helicopters.
Oh, those things would have fallen apart so
Do you know what else came to mind for a Sully? I was like, I don't know how he'll do because of his voice, but Sam Elliott.
Yes. Yeah.
His voice is a little... It wouldn't be the same.
Better than Wahlberg.
I mean, I get that they were going for younger versions of both his characters, but...
Oh, yeah.
But still.
But even then,
But other than that...
I don't understand why they... And it goes back to what I was saying about movies that are based off of books and video games and shows that we like. Why do you have to divert so far from the source material?
Yeah.
I understand wanting to make your own mark and making things different, but
You're gonna hurt yourself more by pissing off all the fans.
Yeah.
there are
it's
going to be a lot
mistake
more
they always
Uncharted fans that had you just made the first game into a movie, I would have been all about it.
Yeah.
I would have fucking dug
And
it.
non-fans would have discovered it for
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah. For me, like we were having this conversation on the way to the restaurant afterwards, in the car with my wife. If they were going for the young version of Nathan Drake, they should have made an original tomb adventure where he was trying to find his brother, like he was trying to follow the footsteps of one of his brother's adventures. Could have panned it out like Sam had done a couple different adventures and left him clues for each one, and at the end reveal that Sam had died.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like build it up, and then maybe the second or third movie would have been the first game's plot,
Yeah.
and then teasing that, hey, maybe he's not actually dead.
Would have been better.
Yeah, it's the same thing with what we were just talking about, the series of
Yeah.
unfortunate events. They made 13 books. So when I first saw this movie get announced, I was like, oh, they can make like 13 movies. But instead they threw all the first 3 books into one movie. It was a mess, jumping all over the place. And at the end, they killed the main villain, who's supposed to be the villain for all 13 books.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
And that's why I was so happy when Netflix went and redid it. They did the 3 books in one season thing, but each
But it's a season.
but each book had 2 to 3 episodes each.
And
And it was like
series
an hour
actually good.
each. So that was basically a movie per book.
And I actually did enjoy that series quite a bit. But
I didn't watch past the first season. I don't know why.
I'm fully waiting at this point for Doctor Strange. That's what I have most to look forward to for this year.
That's May, right?
Yeah. May 6th.
23rd, I think.
23rd, yeah.
I think the next big movie we have coming up would be The Batman.
May 6th.
Oh.
Let me just look up real quick.
Yeah,
Because don't trust us just yet.
May 26th is Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, so it's earlier.
Okay.
You're right.
So, go to Regal Lap real quick. Coming soon. Wait for it to
So, yeah,
load.
it's early May.
So, in 12 days from when we're recording, The Batman, March 4th.
Justice! The answer is justice! Justice is the answer.
Just going to scroll way down here because we don't have anything else coming out for a while. Bunch of Met Opera stuff. Oh! I mean, I know we're doing our own Ghibli Fest next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But Princess Mononoke will be in theaters on April 3rd.
Gonna go finally see it in theaters. I've missed
Hell
it
yeah.
every year.
My favorite Ghibli movie.
Yeah.
We'll
same.
probably be talking a lot about Ghibli movies next week.
We will be ranking them.
Jeez.
Oh, April 1st is Morbius.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's decently.
You sounded so excited.
I was when it was announced.
They're bringing the
A
Wrath.
week later, I was not.
They're bringing the Wrath of Khan for the 40th anniversary back to the big screen.
Oh, the original.
I can't wait to hear about Jared Leto's like
Method acting and his
method
on-set pranks.
Yeah, his onset. No, it'll just be him being dark and broody.
April
Yeah.
20th.
And he'll be like, "I'll eat you."
April 22nd, you have the Northman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sent
but
me
you
a
have
picture
the
of his dick
unbearable
with
weight
blood on it.
of massive talent that Nick Cage movie.
Just
was.
so
So
he
we got
can
a few good movies in between the Batman
It's
and
like I only ate by putting
Doctor
blood through my
Strange.
dick.
And Doctor Strange is May 6th. Bob's Burger May 27th.
Top Gun map.
Jurassic World June 10th. Lightyear. So we still have some good movies coming out.
Yeah, we do.
Thor. Which, have we seen anything on Thor yet?
no, not yet. There's
Just
been
a couple
leaked
leaked images.
concept art. We did get a new look at Lady Thor's costume via a toy that got
Allegedly,
leaked.
Yeah.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever's coming out.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's getting delayed.
That's been delayed.
It's
It
on
hasn't been
definitely
announced
like-
yet,
for like
but
November.
it'll probably get delayed.
Craven the Hunter, January 13th, 2023. So we still got some big stuff coming out, but
Yeah, this year's only getting started.
it's just getting started.
January, February, they're usually pretty slow for new releases because you got award season and then you just got done
Ooh,
with the
award
holiday season or holiday season. So,
It's the year of the dog.
The Year of the Dog.
well, guys, if we have nothing else to add, we've got I just literally forgot.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers next
Killers.
week. I'm actually really excited for this one.
We don't really have anything new coming out next week that is like a must see, but the two of you need to watch Bel Air.
Bel Air?
Yeah,
100%.
Because season 5 or episode 5 will come out Thursday, so if we can all be caught up, we can talk about that more.
It'd also be awesome if y'all could watch Vox Machina.
I will at least have watched it all by then.
Yeah. It's good. I 100% think you guys would really enjoy it.
I had too much shit to watch, man.
I know, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Speaking of too much shit to watch, I got Monday off, so hopefully I'll actually go and watch Jackass Forever and Moonfall.
Oh my god, I've only heard one review of Moonfall, and that it is such a fucking mess that it was the most
Forever's not in theaters anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What's not
already?
Jackass Forever's out.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Moonfall might also be out. The last time I checked, it had
Probably.
one showing.
Yeah. So
We'll see.
So the one review I've heard of Moonfall was, and as we said, it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but I enjoyed every single fucking second of it.
Oh,
So I kind of want to watch it.
no, Moonfall has one showing left, and Jackass, I guess, still does have.
So let me know.
Okay.
Because
We'll see.
Because what he said is it made no fucking sense. Like, it's a bunch of like bullshit where they just throw in a bunch of like, it makes no sense.
You
Yeah.
gotta go see Dog,
Oh,
Channing Tatum's new movie. And they re-released Encanto. You could go see Encanto for the 21st time.
God, I am sick of that movie.
Me too.
It's on TikTok. It's on Disney Plus. It's on everything. And all I hear is every song from that movie. I love it. It's just I need a break.
Fair enough. Oh, you got anything else?
No. Other than that, I love you guys.
Follow Zach on TikTok and Instagram, on Twitter at
Film Beast.
follow Gavin on Twitch and TikTok.
At XXBoobity or Boobity Games for Twitch and TikTok. I have a lot of TikToks. Fucking look them up.
Follow this YouTube channel.
Like and subscribe.
Comment, subscribe,
Hit that notification
the
bell.
We're gonna keep cranking out content. You might as well follow now. You can say you were on the train early. Because when we're blowing up 2 years from now, everybody's gonna be like, I was there day one. I was one of the original 3 viewers that watched their videos.
Thank you, Jerry.
So,
I'm calling Jerry out. He never commented.
he did never comment
He
on
doesn't
that.
comment.
We told him to comment
We did tell him to comment.
to prove that he's actually watching this.
It's actually gonna make out with the camera.
Are you really there, Jerry? Or are you just lying? Comment, please.
Let us know. Ring that bell.
You're a good kid.
You're a good kid, Jerry.
Outside of that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know what you thought of Uncharted.
Your thoughts on Cats?
Yeah, least favorite movie of all time.
If you've seen the Butthole edition, the Butthole cut, let us know.
Before we leave,
What?
Cats was better than Uncharted. I'm saying it right now. Cats was the best new movie I watched this weekend.
All right. Congratulations.
All right.
Like everyone on the internet, you have an opinion.
And outside of that,
It's time to split. Split it.
Let's split.